they need to know who you are.
Okay. So I feel Sunju is someone who is constantly curious, always learning, a student of life. And I'm very grateful and blessed to have experienced pockets of different things as an immigrant, as an Asian American, different people, meeting different people, having grown up in Korea to California.
And when did you come here?
Yeah, I came here when I was 9. So I feel I'm very blessed to have experienced many different things, to try my best to be a universal person.
Yeah. So like, what do you like to do and stuff?
So what I like to do is that I like to create, and I like to enjoy quality time with amazing person like Allison, Allie. Yeah, I like to read. I love my cat. Yeah. But ultimately, I think I enjoy living each day to the fullest.
Yeah.
In the ways that you can.
And I'm just gonna flex for you for a second, because while being creative, she works in the computer science space.
Oh, thank you.
Data space. So she's using her left and right brain at the same time. So this is a very smart woman.
You were too sweet. This for her. Okay, so let me turn the tables and ask you, who is Allie?
Who is Allie? Allie is someone who is just a hot mess. No, I really
We all are. We all are.
Like, I'm always like wondering, and I'm always in my head about stuff. Because like Sunju, I'm an immigrant as well. I'm from Panama. I'm Afro-Latino. So it's like a different landscape when you come from a place, or you're in America, and like the idea people have about what Latino looks like is different from how you appear. But like I came here when I was 2 or 3 years old. I was a baby, so my whole family speaks Spanish. Most of my family still lives in Panama and Costa Rica. So just growing up, I was just always trying to just figure out where I fit in place, because it's like, okay, I'm Latino, but I don't look like the Latino kids. The Latino kids look at me like, girl, who's you? And then the black kids, like, or people of my color, they're like, what are you? And it's like, and not
The
coming from
sense
America.
of what is your identity?
Yeah, and like, because my family doesn't come from American culture, it was like I didn't have a lot of things to relate to with people. So, because of that background, I was really good with academics. I got into science, and now I work in clinical research. But at the same time, like, I do love creative things. I surround myself with creatives like Sunju and like a lot of my other close friends, and I just love to like explore. I was a Girl Scout growing up from first grade to senior year of high school. Like, that was so amazing. So I love like the outdoors. I love adventure. I love sports. I love cooking. I love just like trying new things and meeting new people, even though I have social anxiety.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. At times there's us building who we are.
Yeah.
Because we weren't born in America, we were born in a different country.
Yeah.
And I feel it took me a while to be like, who is Sunju?
Yeah.
Because it's like if I'm hanging out with this group, I feel alienated sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, even with certain holidays, I still remember certain holidays that are specific to Korea. So I feel that's why everything's so interconnected, because it took constant looking within to understand who we are.
Exactly. And a lot of times I mean, would you agree, like, that sense of not really feeling like you belong somewhere, kind of like left you lost a lot of times?
Exactly.
And put you in a lot of sticky situations.
Yeah.
I just want to touch on the fact that the way we met was our now exes. Thank God.
Yeah.
They had to go.
Yeah.
And so we met through our exes. And we just recognized the real each other. And I think like both of us helped us to realize like, what are we doing here? And we're in our 20s, so you're 20s, you're trying to figure out your boundaries, and like what we said before, we're figuring out ourselves. So that's how we connected, and we really helped each other realize like, look, we deserve better and more.
And I feel like also it's kind of, I stopped looking outwards and found joy inwards. It's not even a reflection of that person, but it was more so, it takes a lot of work to feel belonging without anyone. And I feel that's the difficulty that we speak about us having at times, is like the extra work at times to be okay with being you fully.
I don't want to generalize, but I feel like that's something that happens to a lot of people, both men and women. Where we kind of seek partners to kind of distract us from like.
I feel like I'm so blessed to have met someone like Allie, because us building who we are, our identity, it's a lot of work, I feel.
It is.
And
it has ups and downs.
Right? And sometimes I feel it's the beauty of being an American. Like, as someone who lives in America, I think that is something that's very valuable about being an American, having that immigrant experience, seeing and meeting people from different cultures.
Like me and Sinji came from two different backgrounds. Just regardless of the two different cultures we come from. I grew up in Atlanta. She grew up in California. And like, even though we're opposite, like on an exterior level, when you get to know people outside of, who you're surrounded by, you realize like, oh, like we actually have a lot in common. And like, you help. It's through like allowing yourself to be opened up outside the bubble that, that's created when you live in communities.
Right?
And it's very human, but it's tough to find that middle ground with a complete stranger. But look, we met
in New York.
When did we meet? Like 2020. We met 2020. Now look, we're here starting a podcast. Sandra, do you want to like touch on like why we're starting this and like why this came about?
Thank you so much for the question, Allison. So where this came about is that we felt it would be awesome to humanize the everyday people, whether it be you, me, navigating this world,
our friends,
what we go through.
And like, amplifying, uplifting each other. And, beyond that, we want to bring on spoken word artists, many different kind of artists, and just everyday people on our podcast. It's going to teach us something, whether that be, tapping into our inner child and healing that. And, just understanding self. This is really big thing is self-evolution.
Self-evolution.
And healing and just, moving forward. Because, especially as you get an adult, things get daunting.
Adulting,
9 to 5, corporate America, bills, rent, heartbreak, brokenness. That really be.
the more we normalize certain things we go through, especially because sometimes we only see certain images on media.
The highlight.
So I feel it would be awesome to just spread awareness and have kind of some sense of community on the everyday experiences as we navigate this digital world, in-person experiences, things like that.
Yeah, and you know, another big thing is that we just want everyone to know that you're not alone.
Yeah.
Especially, it may feel like, oh my gosh, like I want to be Jada Wada. Like, why don't I have a Louis Vuitton bag or X or Y? Why don't I have my own apartment? Like, look, you're not the only one, and not everyone's rich. Trust me.
Yeah. And I also feel with wealth, it's the mindset too.
Yeah.
I feel there's different ways that we can create our own universe to have a sense of wealth. That doesn't have to be this particular lifestyle.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be tied to it comes inward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel that's another mission of our Just Flow is normalizing that your universe is just as valid as this person's universe, my universe, her universe, you know?
We want to be big sisters, friends to y'all.
Heart. You see us as like works of progress just as much as you are, and it's all about just a communal
effort.
Yeah, communal growth, communal love.
We want to begin our show sharing our favorite meme or post. So Sunju, wherever we're gonna put the meme, I'm not sure where to point at. But we're gonna put it on the screen. But Sunju, what's your favorite meme at the moment?
So this imagery or picture that resonated with me, or I like to share, is the caterpillar goes, "You changed," and the butterfly says, "We're supposed to." I don't know about you, Allison, but more and more as I live this every day, we begin a new day with a way to self-love and work on yourself. And at the end of the day, I feel regardless of what anyone else tells you or, you know, just the image that people had about you, at the end of the day, the universe is blessing you with another day to change the things that you wish to change. And sometimes I feel that personally I would be kind of fixated on my own past or the ways in which people see me and think, you know, can I change or can I evolve? But I feel that, like what you mentioned about self-evolution, it's very much uniquely yours.
Exactly. That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Meme is the one that says, itches.
Yeah.
Subtract the word. We're not going to cut. Itches be like, I'm entering my villain era. The villain era. Just sticking up for themselves.
Yeah.
And that speaks to me because my whole life I've been a people pleaser, and I put it, and like I put people ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, you're like, especially as a woman.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to speak for everybody, but I just feel like, especially as women, we're like taught to like put everybody else before us. So it's like when we start doing stuff for ourselves, it just feels very selfish and like villainous of us. When it's like, yo, men do that all the time.
Yeah.
And then, you know. It's not nothing villain. It's healthy boundaries.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries it feels painful when you haven't been doing it, but wherever that's gonna be on the screen, if that speaks to you, please let me know because
and another thing, and I feel like another thing too is like people pleasing can be a genderless thing,
Mm-hmm.
but what we're saying is sometimes certain people go through resonate with it.
I feel like it's a lot of women who experience it.
Yeah.
Cause like I always say, I mean, also there's like a popular TikTok.
Yeah.
Men practice the best self-care. Like they don't move their boundaries around for no one. And as women, when we like a dude, we be like, oh, friends, peace out. I'll catch y'all later. Men, they still do what they've been doing before you, after you. And we just be changing the goalposts sometimes.
Of looking within, us being students of life. What does self-love mean for you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Self-love. Self-love is, to me, is understanding understanding what you bring, to represent who you are, how comfortable you are in bringing in who you are. Does that make sense?
Because you know what, I feel that as we speak about moving away from speaking about others and more into reflection of self, that's why I wondered like what self-love means. Rather than looking for external criticism, moving that more into self-awareness, self-elevation, self-growth, you know?
Yes.
And so that's why I was like, what does self-love mean to you? Because I wondered, after all of this, maybe we'll have a different idea of self-love.
Yeah. No, that's actually a good point.
Yeah.
Because I remember where I was mentally in that very toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I had no self-love. We've been on this journey, and then for me, I'm like, I'll be looking at myself, and just not even looking at myself, I just be thinking like, wow, I'm really a great individual. You know, like, and it's like not even what my family or my friends tell me. I'm just like, well, I am there for my people. I do love people. I do respect the people in my life, and I do, you know, I do support and I uplift. All that, all this thought was just a reflection how I felt about myself. Even without whatever happened during our relationship,
It's
how I felt was a self-reflection. That's
like you took a lesson from that experience and made it to something positive for your self-growth.
Yeah, because and back to like the internet, I remember there was this post that was like, and I'll probably post this somewhere on the screen. I've never been in a toxic relationship. I just had a toxic relationship with myself, and everything beyond that was a reflection of that.
Self-love is a revolutionary effort because I feel how you self-love extends to the capacity in which you could love others and the extent in which you could share love with other people and things and the universe. And so that's what I love about our mission, because like what you mentioned, like I feel like your word about self-evolution is such a powerful statement because it's interconnected with self-love. And I feel it's more powerful to reflect within than constantly evaluate the external. Like I think it's so easy to say you love someone or think about other person, but I think it's harder at times, yet rewarding to wonder, how do you love yourself?
Exactly. It's like one of those things, like, you know, when your friends are like, oh my god, you're so beautiful, or oh my gosh, you're such a kind person, or you're so this, you're so that, and you're just like, it's like you're performing, but do you actually believe that for yourself?
Do you actually own it?
Own it. That's the word. We
we don't do the work to validate ourselves within us, sometimes, not all the time, the person that compliments you, you think they have autonomy over you. So I feel, for example, if you know your value, and if you know your self-love, when a stranger or someone compliments you, your energy is kind of, balanced because you love yourself.
Yeah.
But I realized for me, when I wasn't working on that, and someone compliments me, they now exist in my world. And they might not be the best person for me.
Ooh, yeah, it's like
you never needed that person, but then suddenly you think that you need that person.
Girl,
and that's why it's so, it's such a powerful effort.
And that's how you can find yourself in a bad relationship. Not to take this back to relationships, but I mean, it's the truth. It's like, oh, this man is nice to me. Let me just date him and let me just latch. Or it's not just for women, it's for everybody.
Yeah, I don't think it's
this person is nice to me, so let me latch him.
Yeah, it could be work, it could be relationship, it could be friends. Because for me, I never understood, take yourself out on a date, so have you done that before, Austin? Because I feel like it's a new thing that I'm getting used to,
Oh, yeah, for me, honestly, I've always been someone that enjoyed their own company. So, even, taking a walk or, trying a new restaurant is a date. And, I love it. That's how I recharge, and that's how I can show up for my people, because I've been needing my alone time. So, it's definitely easy. And I feel like when you do that, you're practicing the not just worrying about yourself, not worrying about anyone else. And that's a muscle you have to work on if you're a reformed people pleaser, that you are putting yourself first and loving on yourself.
Yeah.